Hey, it's Anna Runyon from ClassyCareerGirl.com and welcome to Classy Career Girl Vlogs, where I share with you how to be happy, successful, and balanced in your career. And today we're going to go over a topic about how to get out of debt. So one of the most read posts on my blog, if you can believe it, is my story of how I got out of debt and how my husband and I managed to get out of over $80,000 of debt. So because that blog post was so insanely popular, I wanted to do a video to dive a little deeper on 5 of the steps that my husband and I use that really helped us get out of debt. You might be wondering, what does getting out of debt have to do with your career? When you don't have debt, you can make choices about your career with money not holding you back. When you don't have money tying you down, you can do things that you love to do, and you can maybe volunteer or intern somewhere where otherwise you might not have been able to because you didn't have enough money. So you had to work for money. But when you don't have debt, you can work for enjoyment and for pleasure. So that's what debt has to do with your career. The number one thing that helped my husband and I get out of debt is Mint.com. If you haven't used Mint.com yet, please use it. So I'm kind of an Excel freak too, so I do have to say that I used Excel and my husband used Mint, and he kept trying me to get onto Mint, and I kept liking my trusty Excel spreadsheet, which worked really great until I was spending so much time every month tracking my income, tracking my expenses, and he was doing it in like 2 minutes and getting the same numbers as I was, and I was like, fine, I'm done with my Excel spreadsheet, and I moved on to Mint. Number 2, every week, just try and save money somewhere. Maybe cut down your groceries by $10. Maybe try and get rid of your bank fees that you're paying every month. Step 3 also has to do with focus, but this time it's focusing on one debt at a time. So if you're like me, you had a lot of different payments and a lot of different loans, a lot of different debt, right? You have student loans, you have car loans, you have credit card loans, you might have a mortgage. The most important thing you can do is just focus on one at a time. Just focus on the smallest debt. And our smallest debt was like $500. You know, it was not overwhelming at all. And when we were able to pay that off, it felt so good because we just got that one done. And if you do one, you gain the momentum and you can just keep going. My next tip is to be creative. So there's a lot of different ways that you can either make money or spend less. So one thing I did is I asked one of my best friends if she wanted to move in with us and use our guest room. Of course, my husband had to approve, and he was okay with it because she was very nice and clean. Another way we were creative is we had so many clothes in our closet that we never used. And we had so much stuff left over from our wedding 7 years ago that we had never used. Not only did we get money for it, but we just felt a lot better with less stuff. My next tip is for you if you're battling peer pressure and if you feel like you're the only one in your group of friends that's trying to get out of debt and no one cares about money but you. Set an example. Be a role model. Why not? You don't have to spend like everyone else. You don't have to go out every night. People might make fun of you, or they might look at you weird when you say, oh, I'm only eating in this week. If you go out with a huge group of people, you don't have to buy a huge expensive meal. We would eat dinner before we went, so when we went out to a restaurant, maybe we would just share an appetizer. They're going to be jealous of you in the long run when you get that debt paid off, trust me. Alright, if you're swimming in debt, I'm talking to you. I really hope this video inspired you to make one small action this week to get out of that debt. You will be so happy that you did, trust me. Thanks for watching today's career tip. I will see you tomorrow. This is Anna Runyon from ClassyCareerGirl.com. Bye!